Good evening and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I'm your host, Journey Ryan. It is Thursday night. That means we are here doing dream interpretation. I hope everybody's ready and has those dreams ready and been journaling them dreams like I've been talking about. Remember, guys, um, dreams, we can go in through the psychic version of what is going on. Dreams are symbolizations that our brain goes through and a way to process. Sometimes they're dreams, sometimes they're premonitions, sometimes they're messages from past loved ones. But we take a look at the situation because some of those can be misunderstood and could be thought to be premonitions or thought to be something else. So we always kind of want to look at the situation to make sure what you're going through and what your dream is about is actually a dream, premonition, or something more. All right. Well, I hope everybody is ready. I see everybody coming through the door here, so I want to say hi to everybody. I hope everybody is getting ready for tomorrow night's show, and I'm going to be here with Gifts of Faith. We're going to be tag teaming those readings, guys. So if you guys have a reading, please be sure to know that tonight is about dream interpretation, and that tomorrow we will be doing psychic readings. So, in case you guys have a psychic question, tune in tomorrow for a psychic question. If you're wanting to know about the dreams that you've got, I'm more than happy to answer them. If you'd like to jump the list and get ahead of everybody else, I'm going to go ahead and post that here for you in just a second. I'll pull up the wrong damn thing here. All right. And I'm going to post that for you right now. So that way you guys can get the opportunity to jump the list if you choose to do so. You don't have to. We're going to go straight down the list as we've got it here. Remember, guys, this is dream interpretation. Any psychic question that you may have, you can go to the website at www.mypsychicconnection.com and you can find us on there. You can talk to all the psychics on there. Gifts of Faith is available at the current moment on the site. So if you're looking for a reading, she'd be able to help you out along with all the other psychics we got on the show. That were over there. Remember, Monday, we are revealing our mystery reader. We're also going to announce the winner of this month's YouTube giveaway. So, guys, remember, the more followers we get, the more giveaways we're going to have. So, remember, tell your friends, go on our YouTube channel, sign up, subscribe, ring the bell. As soon as we get to that 1,000 followers, guys, we're going to be giving away more prizes because the bigger YouTube gets, the bigger we get, the better things we can buy and bring to you guys and really just give you guys all that you're looking for. Now, guys, we do have some new shows coming up. The fall, we've got a couple new shows coming up, so it won't just be our show that we currently have now. There will be other shows going forward, so I can't wait for you guys to see those. They're actually in the process right now. I do know that I will be joining one of those shows. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be mainly about love and relationships, so that's what we're going to be focused on. That's about as much information as I can possibly give to you guys at the moment until further information is brought forth. And we'll know more about that as we get ready to go into our summer shows because the ad for that show will be broadcast and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for you guys to hear all about it and be able to get your chance to be on that show. It's definitely going to be fun and interesting. All right, guys. Well, I hope you are ready and ready for those dreams. I know that lots of you guys are on here, and let's go ahead and see who we got up first. First person on the list is Ray. Ray, go ahead and bring forth your dream. You are first, and then Belinda Jones, you will be after Ray, and let's check to see if anybody's jumped the list in order to get ahead on dream interpretation. Not as of yet, but we'll come back to that here in just a moment as I am looking for Ray. So, Ray, go ahead and bring forth your question. All right. Ray says, last night I dreamt a tarot reader I am friends with was pregnant, and I can tune into her baby. I knew it was a boy, and he was going to come early on Wednesday, and I left him and I left him communicating with me. In the dream, I was experiencing labor and birth from the baby's experience through energy and emotions. In the same dream, I was in my late 30s and wanted a baby, but my time was running out, so I was desperately trying to find a donor. Well, it seems like you got baby on the brain for sure, but this is actually not about, in all honesty, the dream to me doesn't look like it's about connecting with somebody else's baby, and it's actually not about a baby. Looking at the dream is that this is called spiritual awakening, and knowing that there's a soul within inside the baby that's in the womb, and knowing the experience of that that spirit, how it got here, what's it doing, how you're communicating with it. This is more of an awakening of yourself. What I can tell you, that the symbolism of the tarot was to show you the spiritual side, and it being the reader that you know and talk to, who is a friend. So I'm going to tell you that psychically you're awakening up. I mean, like you're psychically awake, and this really just shows you what's going on here, and that you feel as though that you're not going to be able to accomplish anything along those lines until it's too late, and you kind of feel like it's too late. It's not. This showing me here that you are psychically opening up, you're communicating with spirit. It shows that that's, basically, unlike a lot of people who have these awakenings, they don't always get the information like, what is your connection? How do you connect? What spiritual gift do I have? In this case, spirit told you what that gift was, and that gift being your communication with spirit. Through tarot, I feel as though that's going to help branch and help kind of work that muscle. So you won't need the tarot forever, but definitely using it as a tool in order to move it forward. So she says, I feel so awakened in the dream. Absolutely. You feel awakened in the dream, but the dream is telling you that your time to talk with spirit is here. This is your time, Ray. This is for you. And it's kind of funny that you're bringing this forward, because I was just asking everybody on the show the other night, if you are interested in reading the tarot, or you're interested in learning how to read the tarot, and you want to move that spirituality further, send me an email at mypsychicconnection@gmail.com and talk to me, because we are going to be teaching people. Journey Ryan, will be teaching people how to read the tarot and give them opportunity to be a part of the website, and even get a chance to be here on our radio show and our lives. So definitely something to think about. And now that you're opening up, this is the perfect time for you to get ready and to prepare yourself and do that. She says, that's awesome, Journey. If I can do that in my awake state, then I'm all for it. Absolutely. She says, yes, I remember, and I considered reaching out. Well, don't hesitate. She says, but I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? There's nothing to be afraid of. If you're taught correctly, you should be fine. Now, if you're going to Google it and do like 80 million different things other than what's being taught to you, well, then, yeah, you're going to run into a lot of problems. You're going to be more confused in the possibility of giving somebody the wrong answer. There's a lot. But, you can only tell somebody what you see. And not always when someone asks a question, is it what you see? Because they may be asking about love and relationship, but spirit might be going, you need to stop and look at your finances. Something major is going on. You need to stop. Take a look. Take a look. Hey, hey, hey. But you know what? There also could be something about that relationship that's causing, the financial burden or the problem or the depression or what makes you quit your job. There could be a lot of bad things that go along with it, but you don't realize what it is until you look at the full reading. And then when you see the full reading, you're like, oh, I get it. This, that, and the other thing. Perfect. Now it all came together. Now you're capable of providing that information to that person. May not be what they want to hear, but they didn't come to hear what they wanted to hear. They came to get truth and understanding and balance. And that's what we provide here. She says, not doing well, I guess, but that's a confidence issue I just have to overcome. Exactly. I got a lot of things correct channeling my friend's new boyfriend through his photo. I was shocked. I was so right. But the thing about that is that you shouldn't be shocked. What you need to do is take away self-doubt. The first thing I tell about everybody who opens up their psychic ability or even their gifts is you need to go with what you're feeling. Stop second guessing yourself. You have to allow yourself to make everybody stumbles and falls when they first start walking. Your balance isn't the best. You don't get up and you start strutting around the room like, today I'm going to walk. It doesn't happen that way. You stand up, you're like, your head's too heavy, your arms are all over the place, you're trying to hold on to a coffee table. Of course, you're new at this. You're still a baby. You need to look at spiritualism the same way. You're new at this. You're still a baby. You're still trying to get your balance. You're still trying to find everything in front of you. So don't allow yourself to, run too quickly, but don't deny yourself of something that you can grow. And of course, you're never going to be 100% right. No one is. You're not God. You're not meant to be 100% right. Sometimes we are told things and people want more definition or maybe even more detail. And that's not always provided. And sometimes you're just going to say, well, I'm not getting that. Or I don't know. I don't get that part. There's a reason why we don't get that part. Because if we tell everybody everything that's going to happen, that's not living anymore. That's being told what to do. Apparently in the United States, most people hate being told what to do. So why would you go to somebody else, ask them, and then be told what to do? Don't. You still have to live the experience. That's why some of the information in which we receive is limited, because some of the outcomes can be changed by the person, and spirit knows that. And psychically, you know that as well. So you are coming into your psychic ability, you're coming into your psychic gift, and that's why it came through so strongly in your dream as to prepare you for what's to come. But your first step starts with walking in this direction. And if I had the chance to give you the opportunity to read and to get that balance, I think you'd be amazing, because you wouldn't need the cards for very long, because you already are spiritually connected. You just doubt yourself. So don't doubt yourself. Allow yourself to open up and move yourself forward, because it's going to be great. But you got to give yourself that chance. We always talk about, well, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. The only thing that's stopping you is you. You got to take that first step. That's how you take action. So she says, thank you so much, Journey. I'll be reaching out for sure. That would be a gift made in heaven, Journey. I would love to learn from you. Well, anybody who's coming to learn the tarot will be learning from me. It's not going to be Tina or Bobby or Teresa or it's going to be me. We're going to spend time together. I'm going to make sure that you guys have what you need, understand what you're doing. Learning tarot, there's 78 tarot cards. That's 78 dedicated days to learning the tarot. Each day is a new card. Doesn't matter what card, just pick one. But there'll be more to learn once I get the opportunity to sit with you. And we'll go over the cards together and get you guys, moving along your way. And remember, guys, I will be having a course on one of these bigger course sites that I had been asked to go on there and teach spirituality. So I am very excited about that. I finally get to use my minister and all the wonderful certificates and classes in college that I've been going through. I finally get to put that to use, so I can't wait to be able to share that with the rest of the world. But, some of you guys will get the opportunity to bypass that and come here. So it'll be really awesome. So if you guys are learning or willing or wanting to learn how to read tarot, don't forget to go to mypsychicconnection@gmail.com, type in the word learn tarot, and send me a message, and I will let you guys know when we'll be setting up classes and things like that. It will be, right, I'm going to say probably midsummer, so we're going into July when those classes will start, and we will continue to work through that and get you guys the opportunity to really start working those muscles and getting a better understanding of those cards. But it's definitely something that I'm willing and looking forward to working out with you guys. So, all right. But the whole point of all of that was to tell you, Ray, that you're psychically opening up, and that's what that dream is about. So don't ignore it, because apparently you have been. Don't ignore it. All right, so let's go ahead and check the jump list, see if anybody jumped. All right, not seeing any jump there. So our next person in line was Belinda Jones. Belinda, go ahead and get your dream ready, because you are next in line, and we will take your dream here in just a moment. We're going to take a short break. I'll be right back after these messages.
Are you looking for the very best website designs? Look no further than mypressmarketing.com. Let their expert staff take your website, phone site, or mobile app to the next level, fast and easy. That's mypressmarketing.com. Why shop anyplace else? Just tell us what you want and we will build it. Why settle for an everyday design? Get a design that stands out from the rest. We can even offer your business radio and magazine advertising. That's mypressmarketing.com. Let us be your advertising, marketing, and website design specialist today.
For Central Kentucky's best selection of pets and pet supplies, visit Adventure Pets in Berea. We have one of Central Kentucky's largest selection of fresh and saltwater fish, exotic birds, hamsters, reptiles, puppies, kittens, and more. We carry several lines of premium dog and cat food. We also stock Frontline Plus, Advantage, Capstar, and other products for flea and tick control supplies for dogs and cat health needs. Call us today at 859-985-8001.
All right, and we are back, and we've got Belinda here. Belinda says, I dreamt I was drowning, yelling out in trouble. It was horrible. Wow, Belinda, I need to ask in this situation for a dream to come through so strongly and so dramatically in that sense, it all focuses around that the situation that you have yourself in currently is making you feel like you've got no hope and that you're sinking and you're calling out for help, but yet no one's hearing you. And it's like it's falling on deaf ears. It's, you keep going, hey, help me, please help me. I feel like I'm falling. I feel like I'm drowning. And you're just, no one's paying attention. And so to me, looking at this dream and the way it's being interpreted and what I'm being shown psychically on that situation is that you're falling short on those who are listening to you. You're doing too much. You're paying a lot of attention to everybody else and helping those when they need it. But when it comes to you, it's falling on deaf ears and no one's giving you a hand. Everybody's watching you drowned and nobody knows what to say, what to do, or how to deal with it. So you're sitting there trying to, what do I do? How do I make this better? How do I, come alive with this? But yet at the same time, you don't get that opportunity because too many people are focused on themselves. But yet when they need that shoulder to cry on, you're that person. So the water shows the emotion, and the emotion is deep, and that you can't get yourself out of this emotion. So, you're trying to do all that you can to stay afloat, but unfortunately the emotions are getting the best of you. The crying for help is you actually trying to talk with people, but yet, unfortunately, when you go to talk about you sit there for 45 minutes listening to everybody else's problems, and you're like, well, this is bullshit. I'm trying to tell you something that's going on with me, and I reached out to communicate to you about me, but yet here we are talking about you. I don't want to talk about you. I need to let something off my chest, and I can't, because it's not being heard. She says, yes, it feels a bit like that. Absolutely. You're trying to be, not that let's say you're not looking for sympathy or anything like that. You're just looking for a place to vent, a place to be able to release what's going on or how you feel, or, what's that new energy? What's that new fabric? What is, I gotta let this out, because if I don't, I feel like I'm gonna go insane. I just need to bitch about somebody, or I just need to get something off my chest. I need to just release some steam or some pressure, but yet no one's listening to you on that level because they're too busy focused on themselves. So when you end up contacting them or talking to them, you end up talking to a brick wall, because then all of a sudden it's got a speaker on it and it's talking about itself. Well, thanks, wall. I didn't want to talk about you today, but I guess we're going to sit back and listen about you. Oh, that reminds me. Let me tell you about this. And then they start talking, and they go into the spew, and then they start talking about things that are going on with them right now. And then you're like, wait a minute. Didn't I call you to talk what I had on my chest? What was on my plate? Didn't I need to like open up and communicate to you? Isn't this the whole point of this conversation? It is, but you're not talking to the right people. You're hearing from those who are either A, about themselves, or they feel like, well, I'm in too good of a mood to listen to this, so I'm not even gonna bother. So again, falling on deaf ears, not hearing the right thing, and then you're like, well, that was a waste of my time. And then yet you still don't feel good at the end of the day. So you didn't get your chance to be able to vent, decompress, feel good about yourself, or just, have that, when you need to talk to somebody, you just need to throw something at somebody, kind of like a soundboard. It's like, hey, I've been thinking about this, that, and the other thing. And they're like, they sit back, they listen, and they're like, oh yeah, well, this, that, and the other thing. And you're like, yeah, I guess you're right. It doesn't sound right. Or, you get some type of feedback, but not listening to their life story when you're trying to tell yours. So to me, it sounds like you got a lot of people that are not in it to hear it, and they only want to talk about themselves. And this is an indication that it's time to up your level of friends. It's time to find new ways of communicating how you feel, or find new avenues of how to release steam, how to get what's inside out. Because if not, those emotions are going to overwhelm you. And the last thing you need to be doing is breaking completely down without the support system that you need. So this stream is talking about your support system, and it's weak, and the emotions are deep. So it's time. It's time to get that soundboard. You know, we're always here to listen to you. We're always here to talk to you. But this really sounds like your emotional status, how you feel, is definitely something that needs to be, let's open up about it. Let's talk about it. What's bothering you? That's where you need to be right now. So let's try to see if we can't find new ways, new avenues to kind of express how you feel. And, that's what I'm seeing here, is that, this is about your emotional energy coming to the surface, and it's deep. It's deep, my friend. And, I don't want to see you in a place where you're all the way to the breaking point, because you shouldn't have to go that far in order to get what you need in your life. So, something to think about, something to open doors about. I want you to realize that these things do matter, and you matter, and that your mental health matters big time. So don't let them get the best of you. Don't let this, be the end-all game, because that's not what you need. I feel like you're going to open that door. Things are going to get stronger, and you're going to be very happy. But support system is something that's very important. And, having those like-minded friends that'll sit back and listen to you, or find yourself a counselor. I always say find yourself a good psychic, and not just because I am a psychic, but you get the chance to sit back, talk about yourself, and, even vent to them. Because, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I've got people that I've talked to way back when I was like 17 years old that still come to me today. And they're like, hey, I need to talk. And I'm like, all right, well, let's sit down, let's talk. And then I listen to what they're talking about. And then I kind of help them along the lines psychically as well, not just listening, but I help provide them with some of the steps that misguided, things like that. So, that's why I created the show. So you guys had that opportunity to have these outlets and to get these answers and to feel safe and comfortable with talking with somebody. Because guess what? There are some that do come out, and we do care. I like talking to each and every one of you. I always will. I'm here for you as best I can be. There are times where, if I'm not on the clock, that's my personal time. And a lot of people respect that personal time, and I appreciate that. Once they find out I'm having personal time, I never see anybody hesitate to say, well, oh, I didn't mean to bother you. I'm sorry. And, it's like, oh, it's not a bother. I'm just letting you know I'm doing this. I'm not available right now. And totally understand. But you need to have some people in your life that have that type of same compassionate energy. And like I said, Belinda, we're always here for you. All right. Well, thank you for that dream. And I hope that helps and gives you a better understanding of what's going on. But honey, I can feel those emotions, and they're really strong right now. All right. So let's keep on going here. And I've got Zambi. Zambi, you are up next. You bring forth that dream. Let's check to see if anybody's jumped the list. And while we wait for... Oh, hang on. While we wait for Zambi to do that, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for the very best website designs? Look no further than mypressmarketing.com. Let their expert staff take your website, phone site, or mobile app to the next level, fast and easy. That's mypressmarketing.com. Why shop anyplace else? Just tell us what you want and we will build it. Why settle for an everyday design? Get a design that stands out from the rest. We can even offer your business radio and magazine advertising. That's mypressmarketing.com. Let us be your advertising, marketing, and website design specialist today.
For Central Kentucky's best selection of pets and pet supplies, visit Adventure Pets in Berea. We have one of Central Kentucky's largest selection of fresh and saltwater fish, exotic birds, hamsters, reptiles, puppies, kittens, and more. We carry several lines of premium dog and cat food. We also stock Frontline Plus, Advantage, Capstar, and other products for flea and tick control supplies for dogs and cat health needs. Call us today at 859-985-8001.
All right, guys, and we are back, and I need Zambi to go ahead and throw me their dream. Zambi. After Zambi's going to be Belanca D. Belanca, get your dream ready, because you are right after Zambi. I need Zambi to come on down. Guys, remember, this is the last week of Season 1. We do have one more show, which will be on Monday. Then we're going to take a 2-week break, and then we will be back with our summer show, which we will have a few new psychics here joining us. Nikki Taylor and our mystery reader will be joining us, which you guys will get to know the reveal on Monday of who that mystery reader has been all season long. And just know, on Season 2, there's going to be yet another mystery reader. So get ready for that. That's going to be absolutely fun. All right. All right, so no Zambi. All right, we got no Zambi here, so let's keep on going. And go ahead and take Belanca D. Belanca, come forward. Rachel Sutton. Get your question ready because you will be next after Belanca. So get that dream typed up for me. Guys, remember, tonight is about dream interpretation. Tomorrow night, we'll be tag teaming the readings, me and Gifts of Faith. If you guys are on our YouTube channel, 15 minutes before the show starts, you guys can start getting in line. All you got to do is say hello. We're going to put your name down on our list. Remember, tomorrow night is $10 to jump the list. And trust me, guys, it guarantees your reading. And we will go and try to get to each and every one of you as fast as we can. All right, Belanca's here. It says, Mr. Journey, I had a dream of my husband last night where he was calling me to come to him, but he looked upset, like if he was going to yell at me or just tell me off. I smiled because I was happy to see him, but because he looked upset, I didn't go. I feel he had something to tell me. Well, your first mistake is to think that he was even upset with you. So that energy right there is you, because you are upset with him. So you are reflecting your energy of what you were feeling at him. It's not anything that you were doing, and it's not anything he's mad at you about. And in the dream, that was not him. You were coming up with things that make you happy, which you had him on the brain before you went to sleep. You also were upset at him at the same time. You're still grieving. And you didn't want to come forward to him because of that grieving. It wasn't because you thought he was mad at you, because you still went over there. Even though you don't like it when he yelled at you or anything like that, that's nothing to do with the price of rice in China, sweetheart. She goes, oh, wow, man, that's terrible. Sorry, babe. And then, oh, no, thank you, Journey. Well, honey, just know that, in this dream, you are trying to process, but yet you're showing your anger towards him, but that was not him in the dream. That was you. You're still grieving and you're trying to get past it. But as Faith and I have told you, and some of the others have said that got to let this pain go, but you got to let it go one day at a time. You got to know that this wasn't done purposely, and you were, going through this experience for a reason. So I want you to hang in there. I want you to take this to A's. Know that he's not mad. For whatever reason, you keep thinking he's mad at you. And the reason you think that is because in your waking state, you're screaming and yelling and you're mad at it and you're going through that emotion. It's going to be a day where you're not mad at him anymore. And that you're glad that he's now no longer in pain and that he's no longer upset and he's no longer broken. That day will come. But that day hasn't gotten here yet. But you're processing it, and that's what that dream was about. That dream is about process. So it's something you are still going through. And these are stages. You will continue to keep going through these stages. She goes, in the same dream, I was throwing water behind. Those are emotions. Throwing your emotions behind you rather than dealing with what's in front of you. What's ahead of you? Holding on to the past because it's behind you. Know that he loves you. Know that he cares about you. Know that he's still coming to see you. Knowing that he's communicating through spirit, in spirit form, through the medium. But he's still coming forward. Does that sound like a man that's mad at you? When he can stay in heaven and be happy? No. It's not a man that's mad at you. That's you being mad at the man. You don't have to be mad at him. He didn't do this to hurt you. He didn't even do this purposely. It's just things that you got to kind of go through step by step, one by one, day by day. It's a process. You will get through it. It just takes time. I know that process is hard, and I know that you keep trying to figure it out, but honey, you will figure it out. You will get through this. Are you allowed to have them dreams? Absolutely. Are you allowed to be pissed off? Yes. Are you allowed to cry? Yes. Are you allowed to feel every emotional energy that you're feeling currently? Yes. Will you get past them? Absolutely. But this is part of the process. She says, I'm glad I met you guys because I needed to hear this. And oh my God, Mr. Journey, thank you. Sorry to my love, Roberto. Hey, listen, you do not have to apologize to him. He's not looking for an apology. The only person that's looking for that apology or feels the need to apologize is you, because you're releasing anger. You're releasing hurt and sadness. What the hell is there to apologize about? The truth? how he made you feel, those are things you never have to feel sorry about. And he says that himself too. You never have to feel sorry for the things you felt. You never have to feel sorry for the experience that you felt. But know that he loves you, knows that he cares about you, know that he's there for you, know that he's talking through us to you. But do not feel sorry about what you need to get off your chest. Do not feel sorry for the emotional energies that you have to feel. And do not feel bad for what you go through. Because you're processing it. It takes time. Grieving takes time. Anyone that tells you, oh, I just shut it off, they are full of shit. Because I can tell you right now, those people that say, oh, I just shut it off. Yeah? You do? Is that why you're acting like a huge dick today? Sounds like you shut those emotions off. Wrong. You're channeling them somewhere else. Certain people don't deal with emotions. They can't. Because they don't want to. They don't like feeling vulnerable, and they don't like to feel hurt. And then they end up being a dick to everybody else. Well, I got news for you. I'm going to slap you right back in the face with that same dick you're trying to fucking throw at me. No. You don't talk to me that way. I understand you're hurt, but you won't disrespect me as I won't disrespect you. I don't judge people. That's not my thing. But, you know, people do judge other people. And good for them. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones getting judged. You're putting all that judgment out there. You know it's going to come back full circle. That's one of those things that you got to learn not to do. You got to live your life for you. If you want to help people along the way, awesome sauce for you. But you also got to know who you need to help and who you don't need to help. Look at the situations. But in your case, you're allowed to be mad. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to feel every emotion you're feeling. Feel them. Accept them. Understand them. Let them go and move the hell on. Because that's what we all do. If we go through that process, we're good. So your dreams are all based on you accepting, feeling, and understanding your emotions. So that's what your dream's about. It wasn't about him being mad at you. But that was a misinterpretation. It's a whole lot deeper than that. But I'm glad you are able to ask that question tonight about that dream, and I was able to provide that information to you. All right, she says, laugh out loud. Oh my God, love your character. Thanks, sweetheart. I've been this way my whole life. If you think I'm bad, you should see my mom and dad. All right, guys, I need to get a new chair. This one is the most uncomfortable chair I've ever bought. So, all right. Well, the next person in line was Rachel Sutton. I need Rachel to come on forward with her dream. And we'll check the jump the list here real quick. Rachel, come on down. All right, guys. No more jumping the list. All right, we got Rachel here. It says, "Will my first dream continue? First, my dream continued for about a week or so. But the weird part is, it's me and someone else, and present, and me is like watching. And every week or so, I am someone else, but it's me." And still kind of watching as a third person. The only thing that I'm receiving on that is it's almost like being forced to be somebody else, not allowed to be yourself. that's what I'm getting so far out of this, and having to kind of stand back and not be you, not speak up, not saying it. And I feel like you're being held back. And they're trying to train you to be somebody else, but yet you want to be yourself, but cannot. And I feel like you're being restrained in many different aspects by different people, each person finding a different way of doing it, but everybody having some type of control over you. Like if you try to be expressive, someone tries to control that. If you want to say something, somebody wants to control that. You want to wear your clothes a certain way, someone has some kind of control over that. It just feels like there's little different pieces of where you're at that's showing you that you can't be who you want to be. And you're starting to feel that way. You're starting to feel trapped, tied down, because you're not speaking out on it anymore. You've kind of just, you become so used to it that it's become a custom. Like, all right, I know I can't be this way here, so I don't. I know I can't do this because so-and-so doesn't like it, so I don't. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure from the outside, and that's why you're trying to live your life through other people's eyes. Well, why is this happening? Why is that happening? I need to look at it from their perspective. I need to look at it from their perspective. So I keep seeing you trying to see things from other people's perspectives to get an understanding as to why people don't want you to do certain things. And that's a really cool way of doing it, because not a lot of people take that much time to try to figure out, well, why do you see it that way? And this is another way of a psychic ability trying to open up. And by doing that, you would make a very good counselor. That's a counsel skill, getting the chance to look in and try to see things from other people's perspectives by, and then psychically doing it through their eyes. You're still yourself, but you're experiencing what is in front of you through their eyes. They're not your own, but you are still you. And if you continue this dream, you'll start to feel their emotions to what's going on in front of you. So I feel weight and constrictions on you. And then by looking through other people's eyes, you're trying to get their perspective, which is a psychic gift. So that's what I'm picking up on that. Says, I am an empath and people always get pissed that I ask why, laugh out loud. But the thing is that you know something's up, and that's something you can't help. You will be able to get control over that eventually, to where you'll feel it, but you won't say nothing about it because it'll start to get under people's skin, and you're like, I'm just going to leave that sleeping dog alone. I'm going to sit this over here, and I'm going to walk the hell away from it. The thing about it is that you're in a place where it's trying to, your empath ability apparently is growing. And so now it's not just a feeling, it's a thought pattern. So empaths just don't feel. That's not the only thing an empath does, because once you start developing that empath ability, it does turn into something more. You start feeling and seeing things from other people's perspectives, and then your sight on the situation changes, and it no longer will listen or feel something out. It will feel it, think it, and see it out. So it definitely grows as it goes along, and I feel like this is a growth. But I do feel like there's a lot of restrictions on you. Like I feel people judge that on you, and you feel those judgments. So you don't do certain things because those people do that to you. So I don't get that I don't get that it's a bad thing, but I feel like this is more growth than anything. But it's crossing over is what I'm seeing here. It's so you've got the dream part. The dream is the restriction part, which your mind's trying to process. The other part of that dream, where you're actually seeing through the other's eyes, is that you are trying to see things in their perspective, seeing it from their view. So that's the psychic part of you growing. And it's going to keep happening like that for a while. And then it'll start to become a second nature to you, where you start doing that in real life, where you start to, well, I wonder what they're feeling. And then you start trying to see it from their perspective. Well, how would they see that? How would they feel that? And then your mind just starts going 190 miles a minute. And you're like, oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. And then that question, why, or asking people what's going on, kind of goes out the window, because all of a sudden you're picking it up, you're seeing it, you're feeling it, you're seeing it from other perspectives. Like, it makes a big difference. Now, here's the problem with seeing it from the other's perspective. The person that may be talking to you about it or feeling a certain way, they don't want to hear the other person's perspective. They only care about themselves. So unless they ask, do not offer. Do not offer that information. When you get to that point, do not offer that information unless they ask. And when they do, you ask them, are you sure? Because they're not always going to like to hear what you have to say about the other person's perspective, because they are going to feel like the victim. So it's something that you're going to develop. It's going to come over time. And I really think that you're going to be, I see you in a better light, and I see you in that stronger energy. So just hang in there. This is going to be a lot more dreams like that until you finally get, like, when you get that moment, that's when I'm seeing that's all. That's where you're at. You're like, you'll finally get to your moment where it's not just in dream state, it'll be in waking life. All right. Well, thank you so much for that dream. I do appreciate it. All right, guys. Please, no more jumps, guys. This show's only an hour long. I know that sucks, but on Thursdays we cut back on dream interpretation just a little bit. But remember, if you're looking for a psychic reading, we will be back tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. Gifts of Faith and myself will be tag teaming the readings. It's going to be a lot of fun. So get those questions ready, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. I'm going to take another dream here and take the next person in line. Was Jessica May. Is Jessica May still here? Jessica May. Next Thursday, Joy. Or I take that back. Not next Thursday. We're taking a 2-week break. Check on the website. Check on through the group that you're on, and we'll announce the next one. But it's going to be about 3 weeks. Oh, wait a minute. Rosita. Who's Rosita? Rosita Harkins. Okay. That is who is going to get our dream here. There she is. Says, hello, Journey. Hope you're well. I had a dream that I had a T-bone, and I had T-boned a car. I was nervous and scared in the dream. I started driving like a bat out of hell. Then out of nowhere, I ended up in the back seat, and no one was driving. I was holding the steering wheel, but it was so hard to maneuver the car. I forced myself to wake up because I didn't know what was going to happen next. Okay, so right off the bat, there is a lot of stuff going on around you and not knowing a direction in which you need to go in. There was a major shock. That's where the T-bone comes in. That means something recently happened that was startling to you. Something that you were not expecting, hit you like a ton of bricks. There's the emotional energy, which is leading you in all different directions, meaning you've got no direction. You're trying, but you cannot maneuver. So the maneuvering of the car is like the maneuvering of the emotions. You are not having a good time trying to hold those emotions together. So that's what I'm seeing there. And, you know, I feel as though that you'll be able to get past this, but it's time to slam on the brakes, girl. Stop trying to maneuver the car and slam on the brakes. Take a second, look around, figure out what's going on. Figure out the direction and what direction do I need to go in? What do I need to do next? Do I need to take a second for myself? Yes. I'm not sure what has happened that was that dramatic that has kind of thrown you off, but I don't feel like this is easy for you, and I feel like it's got you torn, and I'm seeing you trying to figure out what the next step is, but you're not putting on the brakes in the dream. I know when you have this dream, I don't feel like this will be the last time you have that dream, but the person driving, there was no one driving. That's because your emotions are driving you. That's why no one was driving. And when you tried to maneuver the vehicle, you couldn't because your emotions are weighing too heavy on you. I'm going to tell you right now that you need to find some time for you. I don't see you finding any time for yourself. I don't find you doing the things that, you know, what is it that's making you happy? What is it that can make you ground yourself? When was the last time you grounded? If I were you, I would go and take some time and go get yourself, let's say, some dirt, some potting soil, something. Put your hands in the dirt. Reconnect to nature. Go for a nature walk. Do a salt scrub. All these things leading to your out of control energy where you're trying to collect and find your balance, but you can't fight the emotional energy that's surrounding you right now. Something traumatic happened. What was that? Rosita, what is that? What was that tragic thing that happened to you? Was it death? She says, I do feel like that. I just like you were saying, I really appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your gifts and talents with us. Correct everything. I will do this. Losing my beautiful queen. Yeah. That's the train wreck. That's the T-bone in the accident. The car is your emotion. It's taking you everywhere, but to the place that you need to be. Slam on them brakes. Give yourself that second. Reconnect with the mother, the earth. Get your bearings back. Then you'll be able to steer that car. That's what's happening. And your mind is trying to process all of this. Just allow yourself. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm not telling you this because I want to give you hope in some way to be able to see your queen. But the next time this dream happens, they will appear. Now, that is not them. It is their energy that they are sending you to let you know that you are safe and to let you know that things are coming together and that you will be taken care of. But you need to stop. They're going to tell you that you need to stop. Stop the car. And the reason they're doing that is because they want you to know that you're safe and that you're loved and you're being looked after. But just know that that's coming, and that's going to be really emotional for you. Let out that cry. You need to let it out. But reconnect to the earth. Go on a walk, even if it's, in a small park. It doesn't matter where it's at. A little bit of trees, a little bit of grass never hurts anybody. Put your hands in the dirt, salt scrub, whatever you need to do. But know that you're safe, and that when you have that dream again, they will appear. But it's not to hurt your feelings. It's to let you know that you're safe and you're watched after. Thanks, Rosita. I appreciate you. She said, absolutely beautiful. You are welcome anytime. Guys, remember, you can always find me at mypsychicconnection.com Monday through Friday from noon until 9 p.m. You guys can always find me on there at those times. Sometimes even earlier. Just depends on my mood in the morning and all the crap that I have to do before I start taking readings. But definitely check in, and I'm tuned in every day. You guys can find all the other psychics here from My Psychic Connection on there. So, guys, check out the website, 3 free minutes when you sign up. Tomorrow, we're going to be here with Gifts of Faith and myself tag teaming the readings. I can't wait. It's going to be a blast. And then Monday, we're going to do the reveal of the mystery reader, and it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait for that show. You guys have a beautiful evening. I'll see you tomorrow night. Until then, have a good one, guys.